Hi guys, this is Ms. Martinez and I am recording this video to help kind of explain what's going on for today since we are not in school due to inclement weather. I don't know about your house, but let me check. Yep, right now we got nothing. So as you can see, this is your middle page and I have just pulled it down to Unit 1. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. And you are free to review day 1's presentation, day 2's presentation. This was going to be today's presentation, and you can review that to see what we would have covered. I have modified what we were going to cover, and so that we can make up this work. It is very important that you complete these assignments down here. Number 1, they count as attendance for you. Number 2, doing this work will keep us on track so that we don't get behind and we don't have to make up the days by adding hours or days to our calendar. So please make sure that you do that. So to begin with, let's discuss Essay 1 because that is what I was going to spend the majority of the class time today discussing. So if you click on Essay 1 assignment, it will take you to this link. And so for your Essay 1, we are going to discuss education, and we're going to critically analyze education. Everything that we are reading in your textbooks, just made a mistake, hold on, I'm going to fix it real quick. Everything that we will be reading for this semester or for this unit deals with education and how we identify our identity is based on education. So you can read the first paragraph, but what I want you to focus on is the sentence that begins with, "This belief in the power of education is a major driving force in the pursuit of education by many individuals." The reading selections in this unit present several different perspectives on the impact of education on individual identity. Using these reading selections as a lens, discuss whether education helps or harms our individual identities. So that's where your focus is, on whether education helps or harms our individual identities. If you look below, you will see that there are 3 questions that you are to consider as you are writing your essay. What purpose should education serve in our individual lives? Does education give to us more than it takes from us? And do the benefits of an education outweigh the sacrifices involved in obtaining one? You don't have to answer all of these questions in your essay. In fact, you probably won't because your essay is only 2+ pages. What that means is that you need to write 2 full pages, MLA formatted, and you need to have a little bit to wrap around onto page 3. Your research requirements, you are required to have 1 to 2 primary or secondary sources. So the reading that you had for today is considered a secondary source. You're going to be reading Malcolm X's autobiography about how he learned to read in prison. That's considered a primary source. The only sources that you are using for this essay come from your textbook, Rereading America. So if we go a little bit further down the guidelines, you must have a clear thesis. Your thesis must support 3 to 5 key points. It is a 2+ page essay. I would go more on the 3 key point area than 5. If you do 5, you're just going to be glossing over the ideas. You're going to need to quote from the reading selections that we're reading in class. Again, you don't need any other outside sources. You have to show that you are really thinking about the topic. Dig deep into whether education helps or harms our identities. You're going to need to paraphrase and quote effectively and skillfully. We're going to proofread our essays. We're going to use correct MLA Works cited entries as our last page, and we're going to use correct internal documentation to show where we got our information from. That in a nutshell is what your essay is about. You can go through and read it a little bit more in depth. This is how you're going to be graded. I feel it's always important that students know exactly how they will be graded so that they know where points were deducted. So that's your essay assignment. All right, so that's the first thing that you need to kind of start thinking about is your essay. I know you have only read one article, but you're going to read some more as we move through this unit. The second thing you need to do once you start thinking about your essay is the reading quiz. We would have done this in class. You need to answer these two questions. You are supposed to answer questions in your notebook for homework. You can use your homework to answer these questions. You don't need to worry about it. So hopefully you did your homework so that you could answer these questions effectively. The next thing that you are going to do is something that we were going to do in class, and that is read that Malcolm X's essay on 161 and 169, and he discusses how he learned to read in prison, and it's a very fascinating essay. So what was Malcolm X's defining moment? You wrote your defining moments. What was his defining moment? What type of education did he receive? This is an important question for you to answer in relation to our essay topic that I just discussed. And what type of education is best in your opinion? So after you've read Learning to Read by Malcolm X, you will have read two essays about education. So what do you think is best? Education in the classroom or education inspired by your own desires and wills? I would like for you to answer these questions in paragraph structure and form that is based in your real writing textbook. If you need to refer back to that, please submit that here. When we write, and since we are discussing writing your first essay, when we write, we do not just sit down and write an essay. We have to gather our thoughts and our ideas. So what I would like for you to do in your real writing textbook is I would like for you to read page 37, which discusses the writing process, and then pages 48 through 52, which discusses pre-writing, topic development, essay development, thesis development, things of that nature. After you have read that section, choose one of the pre-writing techniques and begin exploring your topic. So you need to decide whether education helps or harms our identities. You cannot sit on the fence. You have to choose one or the other. You can't say, well, it helps in this situation but harms in this situation. Now, I want you to make a clear thesis about what you believe in. You need to handwrite this pre-writing activity. One thing that we were going to discuss today, which we did not get to, is your writing portfolios that you're going to complete in this class. You will handwrite everything until it comes time to type out your first draft for peer review. So I want you to handwrite your thesis. I want you to handwrite all your brainstorming activities. You handwrite your first draft. Research proves that students write more effectively when they write a handwritten copy and not type that first draft and not constantly on the computer or on a tablet typing. So we will be doing all of our pre-writing and first drafting by using our handwriting. So you can print, you can write in cursive as long as you can read it, and I can decipher words, we are good. For this assignment, I'd like for you to take a picture of it and then email it to yourself and then upload it here in Moodle. You're going to need this for Monday's class, so make sure you keep it. Don't ball it up and throw it away. I have purchased portfolio folders for you that you will include this information in. So you need to think about what your stance is on the topic and begin working and writing on it. If you have any questions about the portfolio system or why I'm making you handwrite all of your writing stages, please email me and I'll be happy to answer those since we're not in class today. The last thing you're going to do is really to help you with that pre-writing activity. So you have read The Essentials of a Good Education, and after today's assignment, Learning to Read. We will also read 3 more essays for this unit. What I would like for you to do is I'd like for you to follow the directions and recreate this table. You can print this out and handwrite this in, but I will guarantee you there's not enough space provided for you to do that, so I would recommend you take a piece of notebook paper and recreate this table yourself. And as you are reading, you are going to find examples and quotes from the text to help you prove your thesis. So if you look up here, let me see if my cursor will write. All right. Write out your thesis here. Whatever you think your thesis is going to be, write it there. That will help you as you are looking for quotes and ideas, things to help support your ideas. So go back to the essentials of a good education. and answer these questions. What type of education is discussed in the article, and explain your answer. Quotes of education that helps identity. Quotes of education that harms identity. Quotes that help prove your thesis. Specific examples that prove education helps identity that are not in quotes, and then specific examples that prove education harms identity, not in quotes. Put the page number beside each of these, and it's going to help you with your internal documentation. This is an easy way for you to gather facts, and for when it comes time to write the first draft of your essay, to really pull out those quotes and examples that really prove your thesis. It's a great way for us also to have classroom discussions as we are working. So please make sure you do this. You will bring that with you to class on Monday. You don't need to upload it into Moodle. This is just an assignment for you to do for class on Monday. These 3 assignments are due by 11:55 Sunday, January 21st. Please make sure you have those completed. If you have any questions about the syllabus and due dates, please check here. Make sure you have done your syllabus acknowledgement form. And if you have any questions or concerns about anything that I've discussed in this video, I know I've gone through it very quickly, please email me. Well, my computer's doing something crazy. Please email me at this address here, and I will answer emails throughout the weekend. I hope everyone stays safe and warm, and that we do not have too much of this lingering snow, and have a great weekend. Thanks.